Hey, welcome back to Anna's dormer skylight video, part 3, timer started, part 3, timer started. So what I was doing is I was talking about, well, why is this bottom left-hand corner, why is this drywall not meeting the wall? Because that opening is defined as square and not plumb. And so the drywall ends there, and this drywall over here extends. So if you come over to here and select this, which is the hole in the roof, you open the hole in the roof, and you make it a plumb size, watch, it goes away. Boop, it's fixed. Got it. Here it goes. Done. There. And I'm just because I want to, I'm going to take this window right here, and I'm going to get rid of the interior casing just because I want to get rid of the interior casing there. And so you can see how all the stuff works. It works anyway. It looks pretty good. Now let's think about this for a second. What do I want to think about? Tab, that is that is, what is that? That is, okay. Remember this ceiling hole, automatically generate ceiling hole and I can't, all that stuff's grayed out. Why is that grayed out? That's grayed out because, I think that's grayed out because I don't have a ceiling below it. You got what I'm saying? So so listen to this. So what would happen if I took this room and I put a ceiling in it? Let's just take a look at it real quick and see what happened if I put a ceiling in this room. This could be interesting. Oh, I know what happens because I've done it before. Here we go. Structure, I want to put a ceiling in this room, flat ceiling over this room. Now let's see what happens. Now I think some interesting things happen. There we go. Let me just, okay. All right, there, now look at this. Now this is the interesting part. Hold on. Sorry about that. So anyway, what I did is I just put a ceiling in this room, okay? I put a ceiling in this room. And now what is interesting here about this? What's interesting about this is it created, look at the different drywall colors. First of all, let me fix this. Look, I don't have a ceiling in here. Why don't I have a ceiling in there? I don't know. It's kind of crazy, but I don't. But what I do is I select this thing. If I select tab, oh, I know. This is not a room. So what I have to do, I go to structure right here, and I don't want to use the room ceiling finish. I want to use the ceiling of the roof itself, right? Okay, the roof itself. Watch this. Now you're going to see the drywall on this thing right here, right? There it is. Now that's the drywall. And where does that drywall come from? It comes from, just so you know, the structure. It's actually the it's a ceiling of the roof. It's part of the roof. Anyway, you figure it out. So I got the ceiling in here. But what's interesting about this is what is interesting about this is in fact, I'm going to make it very easy for you to understand this. Tab. I put a ceiling in this room now, right? I open this up. Oh, wait a second. I don't want it to manually generate a ceiling hole. Well, first of all, I don't want to generate a ceiling shaft. What happens? I don't want to generate a ceiling shaft. What happens? Look what happened. It went away. The ceiling, the automatic shaft went away. So actually, I do want a ceiling shaft. So I come over here. I do generate the ceiling shaft. I do want to generate a ceiling hole. I could click this and the ceiling hole would disappear. But I do want to I want to manually edit the ceiling hole, okay? I want to manually edit the ceiling hole. And I'm going to keep it at plumb sides. I could change it to square sides, but I'm going to make it plumb sides. I could change it to, okay, right? So now watch what happens. Watch what just happened. Now I'm telling you right now, in the top right hand corner, there are two squares right there. There's two squares. That is a CAD default tab, and that is I don't know what that is. Let's try this one again. Tab. Okay, that is CAD default. I bet that's the ceiling, okay? I think that's the ceiling. Look at top left-hand corner. I think the ceiling shape will change. See that? The ceiling shape changed, didn't it? So I want to open that up, and I want to go to line style. And that's a ceiling. I know there's a ceiling, so I'm going to come over here, and just so I can tell what it is, I'm going to put a ceiling plane holes. So now it's a ceiling plane holes, and you can see how it's changing, okay? And And I'm going to change it like, and I'm going to change it like this. I'm going to make it a little bit. I'm going to make it. Oh, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to change. I'm changing the shape of the ceiling hole. Okay, and you can see what's going on. Look at the top left-hand corner. You see those X's? I think those are actually shadow lines or something. Just don't worry about them. So I'm actually changing the shape of the ceiling hole, and I'm going to change this. Oh, I'm going to move this all the way back to here. So I'm changing the ceiling hole. You got me? You got just, you see what happened? And this is leading up to something else. There it is. Why isn't it the same color as the wall? Because if you select, oh, here's a good question for you. Where's my roof? Oh, wait a second. That's the roof opening. That's the roof opening. You understand what I'm saying? The roof opening. The roof opening has to be underneath. See these walls up above? I got the reference layer set on. That's the reference layer set on. So I can tell that my hole in the roof, that the walls sit on the hole in the roof. Just so you know, these three walls, the three walls up here are defined as roof cuts wall at bottom, roof cuts wall at bottom, and they have to be. Look, it has to be roof cuts wall at bottom. So they sit on the roof. They sit on the roof. Okay, that's what's going on. So again, there that is the 9. This is how about 60. I'm changing the line style. Okay, so you can so it really pops. Watch this. You can see this in just a second. Boop. So you can now see the ceiling hole. I mean, that's the roof. The heavy pink line is the roof, and that's the ceiling. You got me? You got me. So what I'm getting at here is what's very interesting with this is, and I'm going to leave it the. Sorry. What watch what materials? Ceiling shaft. I'm going to just change it. How about Adobe? How about Adobe? Yeah. So this is where the ceiling shaft comes in. This is the material of the ceiling shaft. Watch this. There it is. That's the ceiling shaft. Okay, so you got a ceiling material, you got the ceiling shaft material, and now this is a wall material right here, isn't it? This is a wall material that's up here, the dormer wall material. Now this is where it gets a little tricky, and that is, suppose I take this ceiling and put it back into here. What you're going to find, and that's not a big deal, but it's sort of a nuisance. Not a big deal, but it's sort of a nuisance, and that is, and I don't think you can change this. I don't think you can change this. You can't change this. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to make the ceiling hole in line with the roof hole. Makes sense, doesn't it? But watch what happens. Look at top left-hand corner. Top left-hand corner. Top left-hand corner. Right there. You can see that drywall. And in fact, I don't even know. That's the drywall of the ceiling shaft. I'm not even sure how to control that thickness. I don't know how to control that thickness. But it does not line up with... Turn off my line weights. Come on, mother. It does not line up. It does not line up with the drywall right there. The drywall of the ceiling shaft does not line up with the drywall of the wall above. And just so you know, this wall above right here is, she's got a paint layer on there. There's 2 layers there, drywall and paint. I don't use the paint. I think most people, I think having the paint layer on there is sort of a nuisance. So I wouldn't even use it. But if you want to use it, you use it. That's fine. I don't care. By the way, one thing I want to do is I want to automatic. I like to always have this automatically frame on roof, just so I can know what's going on. And when I'm looking at a section, see now I got my framing in there. You can tell how the framing works. You know, when you look at a section through there. And I'm going to show you one other thing that's sort of a bit of a nuisance, and that is, and so sometimes it's isn't a good idea to have. And that is, oh God. Look at this. There's going to be some Zfighting right right there, there's going to be some Zfighting. So if I come over to here and I turn on my framing, FRAM, if I turn on my framing right here, you're going to see some. So the point is, don't have your framing on when you want the pretty picture. Yeah, you see right here, bottom left-hand corner, you can see some of the framing right there. So just turn the framing off. It's a nuisance. I get it. But it's there. You can't do anything about it. Okay, done. So I think that was pretty cool. Some pretty cool stuff. And I appreciate the question from Anna, because kind of reinforced some of the things I think I thought I knew. By the way, do I have yeah? And again, the reason why. Okay, go back. Now I'm going to show you how to. Now I'm going to show you how I make these things. I'm going to make one real quick, just so you guys can see how. FRAMI framing pump. I'm over here. Get rid of all the framing right there on the plan view. That's what I'm going to do. And so I'm going to come down here, cancel, down, up. Let's go ahead and make. What am I going to do? I'm going to put I'm going to build a new dormer. That's all I'm going to do. Let's just put it right here. PE. So I'm going to do a PE. I'm going to do PE. How do you make a dormer? Hey, shit. All right, I'll do a dormer in a second. And then part 4 coming up.